What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Zee and welcome back to my channel, Chef Zee Cooks. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Parmesan Brussels sprouts. Now, Brussels sprouts are seriously my all-time favorite vegetable, which is pretty funny because as a kid, I think I was like everyone else who could not care for Brussels sprouts. It was like, yuck, get them away from me. But now as an adult, I am like, give me all the Brussels sprouts, please. And bonus if it's a little burnt, because yes, I am one of those people who actually really likes the Brussels sprouts to be a little bit burnt, a little bit charred, and dare I say, just a tad overcooked, because Brussels sprouts are one of the few things in life that actually takes on a different dimension of flavor when it's a little bit burnt. And for some people like me, we live for that. Like I am totally here for some burnt Brussels sprouts. Now, today's Brussels sprouts recipe is very easy to make. It comes together in no time, and I guarantee it's going to be one of your favorite ways of making some Brussels sprouts. Now, if you want to learn how to make this awesome dish, just go ahead and keep watching. Making Brussels sprouts is super easy, and you'll be amazed to see just how wonderfully these simple ingredients come together. So first things first, we're going to prepare our Brussels sprouts, and this is really easy. You just want to cut the ends of the Brussels sprouts, cut them in half, and then remove the first outer layer of the Brussels sprouts. Now you want to do this to all of your Brussels sprouts, and it honestly doesn't matter in which order you do it. You just want to make sure that you remove the ends, cut them in half, and remove the outer layers. Now I've already removed the outer layers of all of the Brussels sprouts, so now I'm going to transfer them over into a mixing bowl, and we're going to actually season the Brussels sprouts. And like I mentioned before, these simple ingredients really come together so nicely. We're now going to season them with some kosher salt, and you can add as much or as little as you like. And just for reference, I used about a teaspoon of kosher salt. And now I'm going to add some fresh black pepper, and just like the salt, you can add as much as desired. And just like the salt as well, I added about a teaspoon of black pepper. And now I'm going to add some onion powder. You can definitely use garlic powder or both instead. And now I'm going to add some olive oil, and I'm going to mix everything until it's well combined. Now, making Brussels sprouts is really easy, and you honestly don't have to do much for them to taste super tasty. We're now going to go ahead and we're going to set our flame to medium high, and I'm going to add some more olive oil into a cast iron skillet. Now, I'm using a cast iron skillet because I really want my Brussels sprouts to brown. So once that oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add the Brussels sprouts, and they're actually going to start popping just a little bit. And that's how you know that the magic has started. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I actually like my Brussels sprouts a little bit on the burnt side. So I mix them every so often just so that they brown evenly on all sides. And I want to make sure to get some of those burnt pieces on the bottom because that's going to contribute to more color and more flavor. Now, if you're using a cast iron skillet as I'm doing here, you may have to add some more oil just to make sure that the pan is evenly coated and everything doesn't stick just too much. And afterwards, we're now going to add some white balsamic vinegar. And this is going to deglaze the pan, but it's also going to add so much more flavor to the Brussels sprouts. Now, you want to continue cooking the Brussels sprouts until they're nice and soft on the inside. And you also want to cook the Brussels sprouts until the vapors from the vinegar has cooked off. Afterwards, we're going to add some fresh lemon. Now, I'm only adding half a lemon, but if you like your Brussels sprouts super lemony, go ahead and use the whole lemon. And now we're going to add the star of the show, which is some Parmesan cheese. And feel free to add as much Parmesan cheese as you like, and it honestly melts right away. So there you guys have it. That's my favorite recipe on how to make some Parmesan Brussels sprouts. Comment below if you have any questions. And until next week, I'm Chef Zee y buen provecho. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to join the Chef Zee family and subscribe to my channel and click that bell so that you're notified each and every single week when I post an all new video. And if you need some inspiration on what to cook next, go ahead and click right here.